Hey guys, and welcome back to Your Week with John W., where we're doing it, and doing it well. Disney announced the new live-action Little Mermaid, in which the idea that it's not just white people could have sex with fish to cause these half-human hybrids is new to some people. I believe that it should be open to everyone who, in fact, really enjoys the water. Kanye West opened the Christian academy called the Donda Academy, named after his mother. The exciting thing is that this came only a few days after him announcing that he's never read a book, very similar to those individuals that try to ban books across the country in other school locations. Cena just joined the Guinness Book of World Records for 650 children that he has made a positive impact for in the Make-A-Wish Foundation. A lot of them claim that they couldn't see him, but jokes aside, well done. Truly a remarkable event. Peta just announced that they will be having a sex strike in order to bring about awareness and hopefully additional individuals that are not going to be eating meat, citing that the patriarchy is a large part of the problem. Considering that most people in PETA are either vegan or not fucking members of the patriarchy, this probably isn't going to have the impact that they think it will. Best of luck, guys. Here's a story I always enjoyed: is Aesop, the miser and his gold. So there was a miser who had a lump of gold. He would take it out the back of his house, he would bury it, and once per day he would unbury it, look at it, really just enjoy it, worship it, nay. And he would go and bury it and go back into his house. Well, he did this every day. And one of his servants, after watching him go out and unbury the gold, went out there when he was gone, took the gold, and obviously ran away and sold it. When he discovered the next day that his gold was gone, he began weeping. His other servant said, "Well, why don't you take a rock, bury it there, and pretend it's gold for all the good it will do you?" The reason that this is a story that resonated with me is that people can put so much emphasis on the importance of an object without actually knowing its worth, just the perceived worth and their full energy into it. This is, an excellent example of, if you take and prioritize the things that are important, or more importantly, use the resources that you have at your disposal, you're able to do a lot more with it. So a lot to think about, but again, one of my more favorite stories, and you should check out other Aesop stories. I will be telling more of those in the future, maybe not on this podcast, but we will see. Thanks, guys. So the BtCH'N Post, shit or get off the pot. It was a pretty relatable event for me today on the podcast because I was like, well, I want to be able to make, a couple more edits. I want to be able to do a few more things. I want to kind of clean up some of this stuff. But there comes a point where when you are going to deliver, you have to shit. You have to get off the pot. Like you either have to do something or do something. And it's not this stationary, maybe I'll do something later, or, maybe I'll change this up. Like there comes a point where you have to produce, or you just have to decide that you're not going to produce. So that's where we're at. We were able to make another lovely event, another episode, and appreciate you guys being a part of it. So hopefully you guys are shitting getting, as opposed to just getting off the pot and making it have to happen some other time. For today's special guest, it's somebody that's really near and dear to my heart. I would say the founding and driving force of a lot of what we do here at Your Week, the one, the only, the real John W. Let's see what he has to say. All right, well, why is it that you're doing, of all things, a variety show instead of like small TikToks or something, different online? So the main reason I chose a variety show is it helps me really push into some areas that I think are beneficial, from both learning how to use the software, tools, things like that, and also kind of bring in some perspective and variety for what I'm trying to do. Like I enjoy being funny. I enjoy complaining about things, really kind of expanding my personal viewpoint as well as other people's into some kind of like twisted, dark sense of humor. I think it's something that my entire generation likes to do, as well as even, a lot of people from the prior generation as well as the next one coming up. The other thing too is like it helps me kind of break down things that I'm already looking to do. So if I'm trying to be more positive, so like the good stuff was really one of my ways of saying, okay, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to find good things, I'm going to be more positive, and by doing that, become more positive myself, really help improve my mentality as well as hopefully help somebody else. But also true to brand, I got the BtCH'N Post, and that's a lot about me just being like, I can complain about a sunny day, and I know that that's a part of like who I am. And sometimes I just want to share, common complaints and grievances I think people can identify with. So that's really why I went with the variety show. Made sense to me. For the good stuff, I want to say that persistence is key. Whatever you do, whatever you're deciding that you're going to do, whatever you think that you're going to do, make sure that you continually focus on your goal. Life is a game of inches. I think that was Al Pacino in the movie Any Given Sunday. Incredible movie if you haven't seen it. A little bit to do with football, a lot to do with how you present yourself and what you're willing to put up with versus what you think you're worth. I digress. But the moral of it is, pushing into and making sure that you are working toward your goals is going to be key. If you want to make podcasts, I know a lot of people are very interested in that, or you want to do streaming, you want to be a business executive, you want to grow your own garden, you want to be able to just live a healthier life, eat a little better, work out more. It's not a Herculean effort one time. It's these small, consistent changes that you're able to do that really just overall improve your life. And, it sucks. Nobody wants to say, oh, it's the greatest thing that I've ever done was all these terrible things. Like nobody wakes up and says, oh, you know what? I'm going to do all these monotonous tasks in order to be successful. No, but they do them because they know that there's a greater goal in mind. So make sure that you stay persistent in whatever your goal is, and best of luck to you. Guys, as always, really appreciate you being a part of this and taking a good look at your week with me. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. If you have any improvements or things that you'd like to see, please comment below, and love to get back to you. And if you're interested in being on the show, please reach out through the comments or messaging, and love to have you as a part of it. Thank you again, and have a great rest of your week.